The number one reason people divorce has nothing to do with infidelity. Most marriages can survive infidelity. The reason they divorce between 5 and 7 years and 50%.
Hey, Kharisma here. Welcome back to Kharisma Daily. Today's episode, I'm going to be jumping in to hear all about, why couples divorce. And we have up here is one of the Shark Tanks talking all about the number one reason why people divorce. Let's get into it.
The number one reason people divorce has nothing to do with infidelity. Most marriages can survive infidelity. The reason they divorce between 5 and 7 years and 50% of these marriages fail is financial stress. And what happens is one of the pair does not have the same objectives financially as the other. Maybe they outspend. Maybe they have huge credit card debts. They don't care. But if you're not in sync with each other about money, it ain't going to work.
Absolutely. It's not going to work if you're not in sync with your partner about money. So you need to get on the same page as your partner when it comes to money, because it's going to bring more stress. It's going to lead to, a demise in the relationship, and it's going to be a headache. And if you've missed my previous episode where I talked about, the issues, the negative issues that money and relationships can have, check out my previous episode.
A financial planner taught this to me, and it changed everything for me. Every married couple should have 4 bank accounts. You should have a joint bank account. Out of that account, you pay all the household expenses and bills. After that's paid, you decide which percentage of that money should go into a savings account. In that savings account, it must require both of your signatures to move the money. Then you have a personal account and he has a personal account. He's not allowed to tell you what to do with your personal money. You're not allowed to tell him what to do with his personal money. Because even though you're married and you're a union, you still have to maintain some form of individuality so you can feel like a human being,
Interesting. So there you have it. So Steve Harvey recommends having 4 bank accounts. So a joint bank account, 2 separate accounts, and then one where you pay the bills. So what's your experience? Where do you, as a couple, do you have these accounts, or do you keep everything in one account, or do you say, okay, I'm only going to pay 50% of all the bills, and your partner pays 50% of the bills, but you keep everything separate? What has been your experience when it comes to managing finances in your relationship? I'd love to hear from you. So an article by Better by Today says that the 3 money conversations you and your partner need to have are: number 1, this is what my money looks like conversation. So you're having a conversation about what's happening with your finances, and you both share that, right? So you need to know where your partner is financially. What are her debts? What are her savings? Whatever else? How is she spending money? How is she like when it comes to spending money? Number 2, what are our money goals conversation. So coming together, what are we going to be working towards in the future as it relates to money and goals and so on? Is it to buy a house? Is it to buy a car? Is it to go on vacation? And all the things you need to have a conversation on. And thirdly, how are we going to combine finances conversation. Now, I just showed you, Steve Harvey talks about having 4 bank accounts. And that's a conversation that you need to have. Joint account, pooling money in one account, having separate accounts, having accounts for savings, account for the bills, and then having your own individual money in 2 separate accounts where you can do whatever. So those are the 3 conversations that you need to have when it comes to relationship. You're getting into a relationship when you're dating. They repeat those for you. So it's the this is what my money looks like conversation. Number 2 is the what are my money goals conversation. And finally, the how are we going to combine finances conversation. So those are the 3 money conversations that you need to have with your significant other, future significant other, the woman that you're going to spend, you plan to build a life with. Those are the conversations that you need to have.